Okay, the next thing we want to do is start introducing some of the things with leads. And what we do differently on this drill is we leave the hands in front of the body and cross over. So what we're getting here is the first one here, Jeff, if you'll get his hands, and McDonald, if you'll just be the demonstrator here, he's going to take a cross step with his left foot and cross all the way over. Now do that again, and don't move your right foot. What you want to do is start with your weight with the toes out. Toes out a little bit.
Get toes out just a little bit, not too much.
So on camera here, if we're doing that, we're face on, we're in this position with the weight on the inside, so I'm nice and balanced. Hands are going to stay here, and I'm going to crisscross this way when I start. Now when I start running, I'm already in position, opposite hand, opposite arm to run. And it's a much quicker way. It just takes a little bit of doing. Once they get this, and what you're doing with that is, I don't want to move with that foot, because if I move with that foot, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just moving the foot. My body's staying the same. When I take a step, I want to move someplace. And I am moving here, just leaving those hands behind. And the key is, it'll take about 2 or 3 sessions to get everybody to really tune in on this, because you'll start to see the right foot will move a little bit. We don't want that. We want it to be still. This is the foot you move. And these are the hands that stay here to give you that correct position to run in. Otherwise, you have to get in a running someplace out there 2 or 3 steps. You have to change gears with your arms, and we don't want that. Good. No foot movement with the right foot. Keep that still. Have them all come back to the beginning of the line. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, all back at the line here, and start over again, because I want to demonstrate something here with the first couple guys. All right, we're going to use McDonald again. Now, nice and relaxed, because if you're a base runner, you're going to be nice and relaxed down here, ready to go. And these hands are just going to stay relaxed in front of you, a little bit closer with your feet. Feet a little close. Now, okay, now take that cross step. That's it. That's what I want. Now, take the cross step. Turn this foot just a little bit. There you go. And that foot a little bit, because you might have to get back this way too. Now you're going to nice and relax with the hands. Now cross over. That's it. Now do it again. Go ahead, cross over. Good thing about this, notice when he took off, he's low, starting off. He'll get out in here about 4 or 5 steps, right, Jeff?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, he's upright, and you can just see him shoot out of there. So you start low and then get upright in your running speed.
Think about when you guys start, that you've got a wall that's about right here, a ceiling, and you've got to stay under that ceiling all the way to get here. So when I come out, I'm going to start low my first few steps, and then I start getting up higher.
See, what he's talking about is starting low, getting to about right out in here, 8 or 10, maybe even 8 steps, someplace out in here, and boy, you explode upward, get your weight over you, and then really take off. But the key is these little movements in here. Remember, I got to go both ways. I might get a throw to back here, and I have to be able to be mobile enough to get back here and go that way too. So I got to go both ways. Now the weight, when you put your toes out, the only reason you're putting your toes out like he's doing here is so I can cross over. If I get too closed up, it's hard for me to cross over. So I'll open just a little bit. The weight's still on the inside, so I'm balanced. I can go either way. I'm moving, and this foot doesn't move at all. Stays where it is. Okay, cross over and go. Good. All right, now all of you do the same thing. Hands down, nice and relaxed. Relax the hands. Relax the hands down here. Relax the hands. Relax, relax. Okay, now go. Leave them there. Leave the hands there. Go. Good. Next group. Leave the hands there. No, don't start out here. Start in front. Okay, ready, go. Good. Leave them here. Nice and relaxed. Go. Okay. Now number 25. When you took off, you threw the hands up here. I just want to leave them hang down there. Just leave them in front of you. Just leave them in front of you, and you're ready to go. All right, back again. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to work on that enough so that's a natural move. That's just the way you do it. You don't have to throw them down there. You just kind of leave them down there and let it go and relax. You got to relax those hands. The other thing is really work on your starting position here where you're mobile from there. You can go either place. You could go this way or you could go that way. Wouldn't make any difference. You've got enough mobility to do that. We do it a little differently. When we hit the bag, we try to hit the bag with the left foot, and as we hit the bag, turn the shoulder the opposite direction so I can make a cut in this way. And all that entails is the hands have to keep going, and they're pumping in here, and as I make the turn, I keep the hands going to just take a different direction with a hand one time as soon as I hit, and keep right on going around the bases. If you do that, you cut the angle down and you're much quicker turning the bases. The fastest guy, I think, to run the bases was Cool Papa Bell at 12 seconds. 12 seconds he ran the bases. And George Case later on, I think, ran it in 13 seconds. That's flying around the bases. What both of those gentlemen did is tried to run in a square. And in doing it, they ran in a short circle, because you can't make a complete square as you're running, but you try to cut the distance down. And most of us in baseball take wide turns, and that's why this shoulder turning helps, is if I turn the opposite direction, I can cut better. So that's what we're going to work on here with these youngsters. And if you look at the demonstrator, Jeff Prieto, do that one more time, Jeff. He's going to demonstrate what he's doing here as he's coming in. And just as he gets to the base, he's going to turn and keep the hands pumping in the same rhythm. So when you turn, you don't come in here and just turn and stop. And you keep the hands moving. All you're doing is just changing direction with one hand and your right hip, and you're on your way.
Rhythm on the turn. Notice in the demonstration by Coach Prieto how rhythm is maintained during the turn. Throwing the arm across the chest and turning the shoulders done help make a sharp turn. But if it creates a break in rhythm, it will be counterproductive. Learn to keep a rhythmical pace during each turn.
Start with the other position where you're leading off, just so you can work on that as you're leading off, and then go into the turn.
Okay, we're doing it this speed right here.
Lead off and
Turn.
yeah. Keep your hands so you can get benefit of a little added work with the hands too.
Okay, walk.
Go ahead.
Hand, walk.
That's it. Now go ahead.
Turn. There you go.
Okay. Keep coming, and just take this hand over there and that hip on the other side. This hand over here, I'm going opposite, just like you do in football.
Okay.
You know, when you cut in football, you cut opposite.
Right.
That's what you're doing. Okay, here we go.
Okay, next
See, McDonald understood that when we said football. His dad used to play football.
turn. Okay, make sure it's that left shoulder going across.
You want to keep moving. Keep moving. All you're doing is just changing. You're just changing as you move. You're just changing direction as you move. Your hands are still going.
Okay, come on back to your arm. Okay, watch me from behind this time.
This is one of those drills that you work with kids, and all of a sudden you work a couple of practices and they're not getting it, and then all of a sudden they get it, and you can start seeing a real difference with how they make a turn on each of the bases. They become much better base runners. It's little things like this that shave a foot or two off of a route, and if you can shave a foot or two off, sometimes it means the difference between being out and safe at home plate or out and safe at second base.
We're walking. Go. Turn. There, that was better.
Don't stop when you make the turn. Don't stop moving your arms. Your arms stay in sync. Arms stay in sync.
Okay, next group, go, walk.
Keep going. Keep your arms moving.
Okay, come on back. Next group, go ahead, walk. Turn.
Okay, now let's stop just for a second, and I want you to look real carefully at details, because that's what playing is the players that are really good are the ones that see more details than other guys. They're the top of the line at seeing details. So if they're looking at something, they say, look, he can run a little faster than me, but look what he's doing that I'm not doing. And they pick that up. So watch when Jeff demonstrates this again. He's going to demonstrate this. As he moves, his hands are going to stay moving in rhythm. They don't come here and then all of a sudden stop when you turn over there, because that defeats the purpose. We want to keep the rhythm going. All we're doing is changing direction, not changing the rhythm. We're changing direction, not the rhythm. I'm still moving at the same pace. I'm just going in this direction here. So go ahead and do that as he's running. See, he just kept going at the same speed and used that as an asset, not a deficit. So you're making a cut, turning. See how quickly that is? That's what we're trying to get to. Okay, let's see you do that. Atta baby. Now just try to incorporate it into your regular move. So you just become a natural, that's a natural part of your move. All right, go ahead. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to give you that. And you guys are too young to remember Benny Hill, but he used to be a comedian that walked like this. We don't walk that way. You walk with your hands and arms opposite. So do that when you're here. Just be natural with your walking. Nice and that's it. Just and turn. Use your hand to help you turn. One more route.